And I want everybody out there to know, pick your company in the meetings, man. Sit there quietly, extend your hand, but pay attention to everything. Because there are wolves in sheep's clothing in there, bro. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I want everybody to know that. I don't want me sending someone to the rooms and people go, Badger said they were safe. Nothing is safe. You know what I mean? Like, you pick your company, you watch people's style, and then if you like what they have as far as how they're living, by what they have, I mean, morals, integrity, they do what they say they're going to do. They're willing to give you a ride. They bought you a cup of coffee when you didn't have no money. Whatever the case is, you know what I mean? You watch those cats. You know what I mean? You just pick your company. Don't rush into anything.
And there's a lot of meetings that aren't that great of meetings out there.
Well, then you didn't bring nothing to it, is all I got to say. That's how I look at it. You know what I mean?
I guess that's a good point. That's a good point.
I used to bitch about that every time. I'd be like, that meeting sucked, man.
That's a good point, actually.
What'd you bring to it?
Right, it's like your job to bring something, carry a message of depth and weight if it's not a good meeting.
I brought some more suckage to it. That's what I brought to it.
Right.
Welcome back to the War Podcast, to episode 13. This is Badger Part 2. We have OG Badger with us again. The first video was excellent. A little bit of background about Badger. I gave some last time, but he has a pretty big online following, spanning over 50,000 over different platforms. And people like to hear his stories, whether it be from recovery to, some hardcore stuff that he had to deal with in prison and things like that. And what is really cool about this is he had agreed to talk to us specifically on this time about like the recovery portion of it, and really, really how he got better and things like that. He touched on it last time and got into it, but we got cut short. So we really appreciate it. And just before we get too far, I just want to say, everyone, please like, subscribe so you can get more of these. Maybe we'll have more with Badger if we're lucky enough in the future, but please like and subscribe. It helps the channel, helps other people see it. Anything else you guys want to say, or should we get into it?
Yeah, man, I'm excited to have you back on. I've been excited for this episode because the last time I loved your story, and I think this time I was most excited because I wanted to hear about the change of heart that happened. Like the recovery process that happened to you. With addiction, it's like all these dudes like that we're helping over here at War. Like, I mean, we're bringing people in, and a lot of them are hard, and a lot of them don't believe in God, and a lot of them can't figure out how to get sober, and then they come in and we put them through those steps. We're a 12-step program, and we watch this massive spiritual transformation take place. And so I'd like to hear about like your spiritual transformation and like what's happened.
I just think that's a cool story, that like the guy that was letting you stay at his house. Not a cool story, but a cool moral and like lesson he was trying to teach you. Like, hey, either like hug this guy and like make up, or you don't have a place to stay anymore. I think that's like, cool coming from someone like that to, try to like teach you a lesson.
Not cool about it at the time. I mean, it was
right, but like in retrospect, looking back on it.
But now, like, for what it did for you, like,
there was absolutely nothing cool about it at the time, bro. But like, it was all part of God's design. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
right.
And then I was pissed. Like, now I can't get this dude to quit hugging me. You know what I mean? Every meeting I see him, right? Like, oh my God. So I got a lifetime commitment of hugs for Larry. You know what I mean? So anyway, things started going like that. And before you know it, I got 90 days clean. And I could pass a hair follicle test. And this cat tells me, goes, Badger, you seem like a pretty solid dude. You know what I mean? And I see you out here. I did what they said, bro. I was empty fucking ashtrays, making coffee, and I used to envision always like throwing a 16th of crystal in there and just getting them all spagacked in the coffee. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I'm thinking right. I'll do when they piss me off, because there was a lot of, and you guys will agree with me, and I want everybody out there to know, pick your company in the meetings, man. Sit there quietly, extend your hand, but pay attention to everything, because there are wolves in sheep's clothing in there, bro. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I want everybody to know that. I don't want me sending someone to the rooms and people go, Badger said they were safe. Nothing is safe. You know what I mean? Like, you pick your company, you watch people's style, and then if you like what they have as far as how they're living, by what they have, I mean, morals, integrity, they do what they say they're going to do. They're willing to give you a ride. They bought you a cup of coffee when you didn't have no money, whatever the case is. You know what I mean? You watch those cats and make sure that they're not, trying to booty bandit your ass or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, because, there's predators in the rooms too. You know what I mean? Like, so, and I want everybody to know that. You know what I mean? You just pick your company. Don't rush into anything.
And there's a lot of meetings that aren't that great of meetings out there.
Well, then you didn't bring nothing to it, is all I got to say. That's how I look at it. You know what I mean?
I guess that's a good point. That's a good point.
I used to bitch about that every time. I'd be like, that meeting sucked, man.
That's a good point, actually.
What'd you bring to it?
Right, it's like your job to bring something, carry a message of depth and weight if it's not a good meeting.
I brought some more suckage to it. That's what I brought.
Right.
Yeah, no, hey, you're absolutely right, man. That just touched me, man, for real. Like, there's meetings I avoid because I think that it's everyone's is just trying to hook up. Like, the men, like, my home group meeting is a men's group, but some of the meetings, like, I look at, and it just seems like everyone's just not taking it seriously, or everything's just about glorifying, But yeah, you're right. I mean, but usually those are the ones I'm just staying quiet and just kind of just getting pissed off and looking at my watch and playing games, saying, like, when do I get out of here?
Can't pass quick enough, huh?
Yeah, when I should just step up and, like, maybe, hey, speak my piece and try to bring something to it.
Right. And that's what I feel. It's my responsibility to dive in there. If the meeting isn't going how I want it to go, and I say me, it's still all about me. I'm still selfish, self-centered, inconsiderate, dishonest, and afraid. You know what I mean? But I'll jump in there and save that meeting. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck about. Just like it says in the book, I go to Alcoholics Anonymous. You know what I mean? I started off in Narcotics Anonymous, but I go to Alcoholics Anonymous, and
yeah, me too.
For starters, I couldn't read all the words that they wanted for the 69 questions in step 1 in Narcotics Anonymous. You know what I mean? Like, just like I wasn't with how they work the steps, and I was able to get through the steps in a timely fashion. It took me 6 weeks to get through the steps. I was on top of it. You know what I mean? I learned how to work correct 10 steps, and, I did my 9s. You know what I mean? It just like, it wasn't all done correct the first time, but it was all done correctly as it was supposed to be done the first time. You know what I mean? So, after that, I sort of got on fire with it. You know what I mean? Like, now the color lines aren't as black and white. You know what I mean? Like, people are people. Because I had people offering to help me out that weren't my race. You know what I mean? And at first, it was really uncomfortable, like, to accept anything from them. And you guys may not be able to understand what I'm saying, but, like, that's just how I was raised. Where I was raised. You know what I mean? You don't talk to other races. You don't nothing, man. You don't accept nothing from them, nothing, So it was difficult. You know what I mean? It was difficult. And at every angle, I'm thinking these tattooed guys are watching me, and I got to keep this little ego about me. And that's why I just finally went to Alcoholics Anonymous, and some dude told me, he goes, so you're telling me your Christian name is Badger? All right, bud. For starters, I'm not a Christian. But if you'd like my name, and that's how you'd like me to present myself at the meeting, that's how I'll do it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I started presenting myself with my name, and, and like, so little things got chipped away at a time. And my go-to prayer is the 3rd step prayer, man. You know what I mean? Asking to be relieved of the bondage of self on a daily basis is what keeps me out of me. Because if I get stuck in me, ask her, man. I'm a terror. Because, like, I'm not a glowing ball of recovery 24/7. You know what I mean? Like, I'll snap upside, you know what I mean, sometimes too, behind my situation right now with what we had going on, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
Exactly.
to deal Like the spiritual side of me says, you know, hey, cut some losses, you know what I mean? Like what, you know what I mean? Like I'm thinking 4 months. Anyway, I don't want to go into too much of that on this channel, but you know,
I know what you're talking about.
I start battling with myself, you know what I mean? Like my old behavior wants to come up, and I have to God, I offer myself to build with me and do with me as thou will, you know what I mean? Why would he do that for me? You know what I mean?
Right.
Via the bondage of self that I may better do thy will. You know what I mean? Once again, why would he do that for me? That victory over that may bear witness to those I may help with thy power, thy love, thy way of life. May I do thy will always. That's why he would help me, so that I can keep showing the other guy that we can walk through this shit, you know? Right. And
I think that's the coolest part of like the third step prayer is like, it goes back to that part in Bill's story where he's like, never pray for yourself unless it's like on your ability to be able to help others. And that's what's at the end of the third step prayer is like, so it may bear witness to thy power, thy love, and thy way of life. It's not like, oh, help me relieve this fear and resentment so I can feel better. Like, no, it's so that this can show other people that this is a better way of life, right?
Exactly. That's the only reason I snatched onto that prayer, man. You know what I mean? Like, because now I get to get out of me and I get to be of service to my fellow man. Because now I'm starting to feel that I owe the universe a little something. I'm looking back at where I should have died, where I should have froze to death. I should have starved to death. I should have been doing a life term. I should have been doing 5 life terms, whatever the case may be, and realizing that I wasn't walking alone. You know what I mean? Now, I don't really, I tell everybody, I don't care who your God is as long as you have one. You know what I mean? And people bang on me because I'm a pagan, you know what I mean? But I have a God of my understanding. That's what I was taught. And that's what I believe. You know what I mean? I believe in my gods, and I turn to them. And so people want to talk shit about my gods. There's one God, you know what I mean? Okay, that's great for you. That's great for you. I have no problem. And that's why my gods allow you to have your gods. You know what I mean? But your God's telling me I got to have your God. That's why I'm good with my gods. Does that make sense?
Right.
Nobody's going to tell me what I got to do. You know what I mean? I found something that works for me, you know? And, you know, Freya's come to me a few times in my dreams telling me you need to treat women better. You know what I mean? And I wouldn't tell myself that. She's come to me and told me you need to treat women better. You know what I mean? Honor thy mother. You know what I mean? Like, honor thy sister. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, wow. So, like, to me, I really do believe in my gods. You know what I mean? It's not something I say, oh, I have faith that there is one. Like, I'm not saying that they've come to me, but like, I've dreamt in dreams. You know what I mean? Like, I've been told to treat people better, to, you know what I mean, do this better. You know what I mean? Like, and I feel that was them speaking to me. And one time, like I said, Freya was right there in my vision telling me to treat this one better. This just recently happened, you know, and I wasn't sure of a lot of things, but I'm sure today. I'm sure of what I'm sure of. You know what I mean? And that's what works for me. So I hate when they tell me there's one God, knock it off. You know what I mean? Well, that right there, just your closed-mindedness tells me that I would want nothing to do with your God. You know what I mean? That's all. And find something that works for you. I'm telling everybody on your channel, my channel, find something that works for you, man. Find something that pushes you to be better.
Yeah, God is a force of good. That's the way I look at it. You know, it's I love researching all types of religions, and I'm Christian personally. You know, but I'd say I'm Christian personally, but yet I who am I to tell anyone else, especially other things that have been there for thousands and thousands and thousands of years before I was born, you know what I mean? Or before, you know, which is the right way to go. I think that no matter what, they're all unified in goodness and wanting better for people. And, you know, for people like us, wanting us to recover and help other people, period.
Absolutely. So your God has the same goal for you as my God has for me. So who's not to say it's the same God, all directing in whatever mindset, right?
Right, exactly.
See, whatever works for each individual's mind. It's just so you're a Christian, right? Obviously, I know tons of them, but they're always telling me you got to knock that shit out. And that just closes me off to that. Like, I would want nothing to do with Christianity because they tell me that.
Right.
I'm not going to go banging on religions, but like, if you were good with me having any God, you know what I mean? If you'd say, no, maybe you could check out my God, they never come at me like that. They just flat stomping my God, you know what I mean? So I'm like, wow, I would want nothing to do with that. My God wants me to be a better person tomorrow than I was today. And I know for a fact that today's recovery isn't going to keep me clean tomorrow.
Right.
I mean, for sure. I got to continue pushing. You know what I mean? I have.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you, and you don't have to answer because it might be personal, but like, you know, when you were working those step 4 and that step 5, you know, what what was your experience with that? I've found that like a lot of people, and even myself, when I worked those 2 steps, you know, it was hard, you know, getting it down on paper and then talking about it with someone else. I mean, and so I don't know if I maybe, if you want to maybe touch a little bit on something like that.
Absolutely. I need to touch on something like that for the sick individual like me that's out there that doesn't want to work them. For starters,
Right.
it's a moral inventory. It doesn't say immoral inventory. You know what I mean? So what we're looking at is what my dad did to me, what you did to me, you know what I mean? All my resentments that are based towards you. And then I look at, you know, what did it cause? You know, my ambitions, my self-esteem, my personal relationships, my sexual relationships, my pocketbook, my pride, you know what I mean? So I look at everything that it affected, and that's why all this occurred. You know what I mean? My selfishness, self-centered, inconsiderate, dishonest, and afraid. I look at that. So if none of this was affected, none of this would have occurred. You know what I mean? Right. So because people tell me, how was me being molested my fault? You know what I mean? Now, I've always had trouble with this one, right? So it's not your fault. But what did you do about it? You know what I mean? Did you let it continue? Did you know what I mean? Like if you let it continue, then you have a part in it. You know what I mean? You didn't do something about it. You didn't go screaming, he touched me in the wrong spots. What? I don't care, man. You find somebody that you trust, a teacher, you go, a police officer, a fireman, a neighbor, somebody, you trust somebody out there trusts an adult somewhere, and you let them know what's going on. You do not let this behavior continue, man. This stuff, because I've seen the damage that has caused to so many people, male, female, all alike. You know what I mean? They're damaged forever behind an incident that they let continue. You know what I mean? Now they're wondering what part they played. Did they enjoy it? You know what I mean? Like, so, and they battle with that, man. I had a saying that I wrote down that I was thinking about yesterday. Let me see if I can find it. Anyway, it was basically saying, you know, the reason so many people can't recover is because they stay playing the same sick scenario over and over in their head, you know?
Yeah. Right. Wow.
For God's sake, let it go, man. You know what I mean? Do the work on it. Let it go. You know? Like, I'm not saying just to act as if it didn't happen, but do the work on it and let it go, man. If you ever want to heal, you ever want to feel okay inside, because I feel that we all have a spiritual void. I don't know what anyone else feels, but I feel I'm not just a drug addict. I have a spiritual void, you know?
That's what it's
Sorry?
No, I said that's what it's about. Absolutely.
I never understood that, and I would have never believed that until I started. Like I said, none of us come into the rooms overflowing with Jehovah's or, you know what I mean, Buddha Huda or whatever. Like none of us come in overflowing with a God. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like you start to see things starting to work in your life. You know, I remember when I went to do the 3rd step prayer, I had a female sponsor. I had to have a female sponsor, right? I don't want to take no more motherfucking direction from a man, right?
Right.
So I had to find the other hot little, you know. So of course I had to, right? Because I'm just stupid like that.
Yeah.
And then I remember she was running a female sober living home, and I was ready to do 3rd step and get into 4th. And I'm like, I just don't know if I got 3rd step on board yet. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if I got the God on board yet. And she grabbed all the girls from the female sober living, because I got to be around females, bro. I don't want to be around males at this time. You know what I mean? I'm just out, you know? So we all held hands and I had memorized the third step prayer by now, and we all got on our knees. Like, it was really weird for me. Like, my God doesn't require me to get on my knees. I never wanted to get on my knees, but I wanted to please them too. You know what I mean? So I got on my knees, and we all held hands, and we said the third step prayer, and I felt something. And I felt something other than hate or shame, or I felt something. I couldn't tell you what it was. You know what I mean? And it didn't feel bad. It felt strange, but I couldn't tell you what it was, and the feeling wasn't that bad. You know what I mean? So the next morning I got up, I did the same thing. I woke up and I said the third step prayer. I made my bed and I brushed my teeth. You know what I mean? And that's how it went for a while. So I've had 2 relapses in my time, and both of them were doctor prescribed, basically. Like, I got fucked up. I ended up going to the doctor. I didn't raise my hand. Like, now when I go to the doctor, I start telling on myself immediately, I'm an opiate addict. Fucking wow. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
straight telling on myself. So, because I'll get that shot, and I don't care how long you've been clean off heroin, you get that shot and you get that.
Oh, you're good. You're done.
You know what I mean? And you get released the same day. You're thinking, wow, I could get that same feeling over there at California Park or Balboa Park, or, you know what I mean, for $10. That wasn't a bad feeling, right? But there's no feeling like once you start to get that God of your understanding inside you, and you get some of this shit out. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not the things that I've done. I've done some horrific shit, you guys. You know what I mean? And I'm not telling you I'm a badass. I assure you I'm not. You know what I mean? I did it all out of fear. And I've done some horrific shit. And it was very, very hard for me to forgive myself. That's why I started the bed. I was making decent little money. You know, I was making $22 an hour, jackhammering the sides of mountains off, basically. You know what I mean? Just knocking mountains back when they didn't dig far enough back. Me and my homeboy were making $22 an hour, and I had additional money. I had a car, and I was seeing all these homeless homeboys on the streets, and I'm like, dude, let's split a bed. I mean, this happened before the show, all that. I'm like, let's split a bed, man. He goes, bro, I work hard for my money. And I go, you don't think I work hard for mine? I go, we were in the shoe together, brother. You don't think we owe the world a little something? He's like, oh, that's fucked up, Badger. You know what I mean? And that's how it started, bro. Me and him started splitting a bed. You know what I mean? $300 a piece a month. We started snatching dudes off the streets. Like, hey, man, you want a shower, meal, need some clothes? You know what I mean? You willing to put in a little work and maybe get a job within 2 weeks? That's all I'll front a bed for 2 weeks. You got 2 weeks to get a job. You don't got to pay for that bed for that time, because I want to put someone else in for that month. I want to try to get 2 on a bed per month, right? So, God, you're smoking. So, so, you know, like, that's how it started, right?
So that's how you started helping people. That's how you started keeping that charity in your heart and working that 12th step.
You know, it's how you get a taste of. I can't say that that's what fills your spiritual void, right? But like, you start to get a taste of. Yeah, take this whatever one fun.
No, but
Oh, okay. Sorry, guys.
you're good.
I mean, the thing is, it gets you outside of yourself, right?
Well, not only that, man, I get to help some dirtbag who's just like me out there. You know what I mean? Right. Who doesn't realize that you're more than what you're living, man. Like, you don't have to be this always. You know what I mean? Like, you can get a shower, a haircut, and possibly a job all within 3 days. You know what I mean? Like, you can get into the reading, right? If you're not in the doctor's opinion within 3 days, bro, I'm already knowing you're not going to make it 2 weeks on my bed. I mean, like, you're not diving into the step works like you're looking for a spoon. You know what I mean? Like, day 5, I'll know whether I'm putting you out or not. Don't think I'm just that nice guy trying to take everybody out of bed. If you ain't in the work right away, you're fuck out of my bed. Right. Somebody's bed. Yeah. Somebody's at bed. You know what I mean? Somebody's willing to crack a book and read the doctor's opinion. You know what I mean? And fucking move on into there's a solution. You know what I mean? Like, just somebody's willing to get in there and try and fix themselves and get out of my bed in 2 weeks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you, the sober living, like I said you to, if you can't get a job there, you really got issues, bro. You know what I mean? Like, you really got issues. You're going to be moving. You're going to be, I don't care what it is, bro. You know what I mean? Phone sales, like I hate phone sales too. If you don't like phone sales, you take that job until you get another job. You know what I mean? It's be looking the whole time. If now is your time, you're cleaned up, you're dusted up, and you're feeling okay inside, and now all of a sudden pride and ego is coming back, you're too good to pick up a phone.
Right.
You're probably not going to make it in my bed, bud, but we'll see tomorrow. We'll see where you're at. You know what I mean? Like, I'll come back, bro, and those are hungry for it. They're in, hey, bro, I'm ready to move into step 4. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
so, you know, sometimes it takes some threatening up to us. You know what I mean? You got to threaten me. You know what I mean? Like, she's like, I remember she told me, she goes, why aren't you on step 4 yet? You know what I mean? I'm like, well, I'm getting there. You know what I mean? Oh, done with step 4 yet. I'm like, I'm getting there. And she goes, yeah, well, you're probably going to have to need a new sponsor because you're going to fire me by the time you're really done. What do you mean I'm going to fire you? No, I got you. You're good. You're hired. She goes, no, you're going to fire me if you're not done soon. You know what I mean? Oh, shit. You know what I mean? And she's going to quit on me, right? So I just dove into the steps, you know what I mean? And like I said, I'll be right back with you, man. I got to blow my nose.
Okay. I'm going to make sure the iPad's got a good battery.
Got me all choked up like a half a fag right here. Nose running and shit. Are you checking the battery?
Yeah.
I never told you I was short-winded. You killed it?
No, we're good. We're good.
I think that's cool, man. I appreciate the fact that you're talking about like helping others and doing the 12-step one-on-one, because, you know, something I heard in a meeting was that, like, you know, reading out of the book and going to meetings and stuff, like, that's all well and good, but that's kind of like getting like stepped on street drugs. And if you're doing like step work and actually helping someone else, that's like getting straight from the chemist, like 100% pure dope. Like, you know, that's how you actually connect.
Go from like,
I like that.
Yeah, right?
back in people's faces, you know what I mean? Like, you see an awakening, bro, and that's what assures me to keep doing what I'm doing. Now, mind you, I'm not saying that I've done this perfectly, bro, because I have relapsed, you know, and I've told you how I've relapsed. I've gone to the hospital, been in a car accident, got that shot at Dilaudid, you know what I mean? And the calling gets strong, man. The calling gets strong, and I have to work every day to make sure that the calling doesn't call me. And how do I do that? I go pick you up. You know what I mean? Like, where are you at in the steps? All right, let's sit down and do, you know, I don't make them read Bill's story on my time, because I'm not going to read it to them. It's,
Right.
you want to read Bill's story, that's fine, but it's not really part of the, you know what I mean? In my opinion. So I just, you know, I get into how it works. There's a solution, you know what I mean? Like, I'll sit down and I'll read through them with them, you know what I mean? And because there's no sense in them going into 4 and 5, like you were saying, if you don't got God on board.
Right.
Why would you even think of going into that? Of course you're going to relapse if you don't have God on board. You know, of course you're going to, man. Start talking about all this horrific shit that's happened to you and all the things that you've done. You haven't even realized what you've done yet, because you're still blaming everyone else for your damn problems. You know?
Exactly.
So, but he did this to me and he did that to me. Grow the fuck up, man. That was yesterday. You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing about it today? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Well, something interesting you said. Something interesting you said was that I mean, could come across as maybe almost a bit controversial, like you said, is when you said that you know, people that were sexually molested, it's like, you know, when they're working those steps, you know, well, hey, what did you do about it? Like, what was your part in it? But I think you're probably right. For their own inventory, they probably have to add that, because it is, I mean, it's hard. I haven't been molested. But right, I mean, in a way, it might be damage to yourself. It's like, hey, I could have done something else. Like, you know what I mean? I mean, like you're saying, like.
Well, the way I have them look at it is, like, I had this situation recently because I have a couple sponsees, and we just did the 5th step a couple weeks ago, and this was the first time that one of my sponsees had come with me with a resentment about something like that from their past about being molested. And so we were looking at their part, and he's like, what's my part in this? And says, well, let's pray about it for a second. And so I basically said, holding on to it for all of these years and like not letting it go. Like, yeah, you deserve to be angry. Yeah, like it's not fair. It's not your fault, but you can't let it continue to affect your behavior like up till now. Like that's your part in it,
That's your part in it, yeah.
But I like
gotcha.
ran into that just recently because I was like, fuck, what is your part? You know, like most of the
that's
time.
a hard one, yeah.
Yeah, but like that's what we went with. Like we prayed about it for a little bit, and that's what I told him.
The biggest one, I mean, when they come at me with
damn
that,
good
and you
point.
know how hard it is for another tattooed convict or something to say, man, I was molested. You know what I mean? Like, that's not my story either. And I used to joke about it, bro, thinking it was funny and be like, I was never fortunate enough to be molested. You know what I mean? Like, it's not funny. You know what I mean? It's not fucking funny what I used to say. But I used to say that, you know what I mean? Like, fucking, I was never fortunate enough to be molested, you know? Like, and later on, I figured out through the pain that I see that it's caused to these other people that shit ain't funny. You know what I mean?
Right.
And, you know, I've taken someone's win because they did that to somebody, you know what I mean? So why would I think it's funny? You know? The last fight I got into was some dude said, Joe Rogan's a cock blocker. You know what I mean? And I came from left field and just knocked that dude out. You know what I mean? Not Joe Rogan. What's his name? Catch Predator.
Oh, Chris Hansen?
Oh.
Yeah.
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 He had it on his shirt and he said it, right? And I just came from left field and knocked him out, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Just be grateful that's all that happened, bud. You know what I mean? And this is in recovery. I did this, you know? I like, that shit ain't funny at all, bro. You think that's funny? Go deal with some of the people that we have to deal with in recovery. You know what I mean? That are untrustworthy because he's got a beard and he looks like that guy. Or, you know what I mean? Like, because when I was in treatment, they tried to put a queen in my cell, you know what I mean? Or in my room, and they would go up front and they'd always see me and they'd be like, oh, hell no, I can't sell. You're in a room with this guy. They'd go up, and not that I wanted a room with them at the time. Now I don't give a shit, you know what I mean? But at the time, they're like, you know, they'd go up and be like, oh no, I was raped by men's like him, you know what I mean? Or shit like that. And yeah, I used to be like, wow, I'm glad they did that, you know what I mean? Whatever. But like, hey man, you know what I mean? Maybe it's my job to be helpful to them. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like, because it's a friggin' messed up story in my eyes, but it turned out to be the way it was supposed to be. Is I was homeless out here. I had relapsed. I was homeless. Things were ugly. I went to Tarzana Treatment Center, and let's just say I'm very well loved at that place because of the things that I do. Right when I was doing right, so they take me to a transitional housing, and there's 5 queens there and me.
Right.
Still wasn't working for me very well, right? So they move me into this room. There's a 6'4" black dude, like 19 and 20-inch arms, bro. You know, because that's what I said to him. I go, God damn, homie, what size are them arms? You know what I mean? And he goes, oh, honey, them's is 11s. You know what I mean? Oh no, you know what I mean? But I looked at the room and it was set up like a cell. You know what I mean? It was all dialed in, clean. So like, I didn't unpack. I'm like, I ain't fucking staying here. I can guarantee you that. You know what I mean? Pride and ego came in. Like, where else do I got to go? Right? So a lot of people pulled strings to get you in this bed. You know what I mean? So I never would unpack, right? But he kept his room like a cell, dialed in, clean, dusted, all that shit. And I'm just living out of a bag each day, right? And this man offered, his name was Tony. I'll put his name out there. I just don't put convicts' names out there. You know what I mean? Like, we're not putting no last names out there. But anyway, his name's Tony. And he was the only guy that was like, hey, you know, Badger, if you need a ride to the store, I got you. You know what I mean? You need to pick up some groceries and shit, I got you. You know what I mean? Like, you need to get over to EBT office and get a card, I got you. You know what I mean? Like, because he had a card, right?
Right.
And in my head, I'm thinking, yeah, I'm good, bud. Thanks. I'm not going to get caught driving around with a black guy in the car. Are you crazy? And a queer, too. You know what I mean? Like, right? So pride and ego was trying to block me from everything, bro. And finally one day he tells me, he goes, hey, Badger, is me and you cool, bro? And I'm thinking, Well, he ain't done nothing. He's cooked dinner several times and been like, hey, there's a meal for you if you want. I mean, like, and for a while, I just wouldn't allow myself to eat it, bro, because pride, ego, whatever. I can't eat it, whatever. I mean, like, he cooked it. You know what I mean? I can't do that, and, I'm like, yeah, we're cool. Why? He goes, well, I think about it, and I've cooked you probably like 8 meals in the past 21 days. So he knew exactly how many meals he'd offered me. I mean, he goes, I've offered you a ride several times, and you borrowed money from the white gay guy to get to the bus. You know what I mean? But I thought we were cool. I go, well, we are cool, Tony. And he goes, if we truly are cool, why don't you unpack that bag and put that shit away and act like you live here until you are capable of living on your own? I was like, oh. Like he got me now. I go, you know what, man? Respect, you know what I mean? And I reached out and I shook his hand. It's in that one, babe. And I reached out and I shook his hand. I go, respect, bro. You know what? You're right. And I apologize if I've offended you in any way because you've been nothing but 100% helpful towards me. And he goes, I totally understand. I come from the same institutions as you. You know what I mean? And I was like, I appreciate that, but I need to work on that. You know what I mean? Regardless. And it was work, bro. I'm not going to lie to any of you guys. It didn't just come to me like I want to be a friendly, nice guy. You know what I mean? Because I still didn't like people. I still didn't trust anybody. And I still know once you've been to the institutions and you know what kind of fucking evil really is out there. You know what I mean? Especially when they're on some form of drug with some mental disabilities as it is, and you know what truly is going on out there, you sort of just want to be by yourself. You know what I mean? Right. I don't want to reach out and help anybody. And I've found that a lot of those guys are fucking veterans. You know what I mean? And that made me sick. You know what I mean? I'm like, there was this one guy, I had to shame him into coming into the rooms, bro. And I shamed him all the way. You tell me Marine Corps, bro, and you're living like this. You know what I mean? You whine about your homeboys that you get to live for, and you're living like this. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? I've had to shame them into coming into the rooms, bro. And they'll be like, is this how your sergeant would allow you to be? Or is this how your homeboy would want you to live for him? And, I've shamed them into recovering, bro. And I don't care because they made it. You know what I mean? Like I know 4 dudes that have made it still going. And now guess what? They do what I do. You know what I mean? They go out, they maybe not to the same extent, but you could offer these homeless dudes meals all friggin' day long. You go home, make 1,500 sandwiches, bro, and go out and try and pass it on. I'd be like, I don't want that. I need some money. You know what I mean? Because I've done it, bro. I go down to Venice all the time. In the beginning, I buy bags. I get Taco Bell to pay for half and me to pay for the other half. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm going to go feed the homeless out here. You know what I mean? Can you sponsor me in some of this? And I'll film it and I'll throw Taco Bell up and whatever. Yeah. And so you won't see one of those videos up on my thing because one day I was filming and homeboy goes, hey man, I want you to know that I really appreciate the burrito and I appreciate, you just talking to me as if I were a human being, but I don't want my people to see me like this and I'm really not ready to change yet. You know what I mean? It goes, so I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't put this up. So just out of that, I was like, man, they probably all feel like that. Yeah. That's why I've never posted any of my good deeds, whatever. You know what I mean? And I don't brag about them. I don't come on here on my channel and brag about them. But that's what I do with the majority of the money that comes in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, I appreciate your story. That's incredible. It's interesting. So the war program, what we do is we train people in our gym. We got a little garage gym out back here. We train people, and then we come into this room afterwards after we've kind of gotten high and worked out and our endorphins are going, and then we talk recovery, and it's a beautiful thing. We brought the steps in probably what has it been about 7 months ago.
Yeah, like towards
six,
the beginning
six,
of this year.
6 or 7 months ago, we brought we brought some dudes in like you, like recovery dudes who just serving people, like, you know, sponsoring people. And we brought, and because one guy came to me and he's overweight. He's like, you know, 300 plus pounds, doing strong in his recovery, you know, a bunch of recovery time, 12 steps, sponsoring, but he needed help with his physical health. And he asked me, he's like, man, you know, hear about your program. He's like, I need help getting healthy. Like, I'm good, like, but my body's affecting my spirit and how I'm living physically and nutritionally and all that. And so I said to him, I said, shit, why don't you come in and put a 12-step program in here, and let's put people through the steps and sponsor people, you know. And holy shit, we brought that in here, and it's unbelievable what's happening.
Beautiful.
You know?
Yeah. It starts
Yeah,
a
I mean,
reaction, bro. You know what I mean? Like, so I told you I started paying for the bed with another man at the time.
right.
You know?
Right.
And he rode with me tough for like 4 months. You know what I mean? Like, he $300 every month, $300 every month. And I was coming up with the extras, you know what I mean? Like, hey, but I can't feed you no sirloins, but you know what I mean? Here's a bag of noodles, and you know what I mean? Like, here's some sketty sauce, and like, figure it out, bud. You know what I mean? Like, and guess what? Here's an address to a food bank, you know what I mean? And there's a bus right there that runs right there and back. So like, you got that shit covered. Yeah, I got you covered for the first few days. You know what I mean? Like, I come up with all the extras in the beginning, and when he backed out, I totally understood. It wasn't mad or anything, you know what I mean? But yeah, I'm thinking, well, yeah, I probably done my duty, right? You know what I mean? Like, I done my duty, but guess what? I had committed to a year. I committed to that bed for a year. I'm like, I need to buy a bed from you for a year, bro. So I had some months I struggle, man, like even making that nut, you know what I mean? Like, because this is California, bro, you know what I mean? Showing up with just an extra box of noodles sometimes, and some vegetables and shit, and going, here, man, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to carb you out or anything, but you know, like, there's a food bank right here, Friday, Sunday, you know what I mean? You know, all you got to do is say a little prayer with them, and you probably need that anyway, you know what I mean? Like, so, you know what I mean? That's been my net. And so when he backed out, I had almost given myself the green light to back out. You know what I mean? I'm like, man, you know what? I'm working hard for this $18 an hour, this $20 an hour, or whatever it was. Just sometimes $15 an hour, you know what I mean? But guess what? Like, I had everything that I needed. Everything that I needed every month was covered as long as I was doing that. And in a month where I was like, hey, bro, I'm going to be short this month. And you're like, well, that's on you, man. You told me, you know, you wanted to commit to this bed. I leave this bed open just for you. I don't put nobody in this bed when my house is full and you don't have nobody in that bed. I leave that bed open for you at your bed. So it's up to you. You know, you committed to a year, and all right, you dirtied me into it. You know what I mean? I'll figure it out. So, and I did. I would figure it out. And there's a couple of people out here that know what I do, and I'll be like, hey, man, I'm sort of struggling this month. You know what I mean? Can you help me out with like $50 towards the bed? Not as a loan. Can you donate like $50? This was before the channel. You know what I mean?
Right.
So the channel has just made it to where I have to work for myself. I work and cover my own bills here, you know, and you don't know how much she costs, bro. Oh my God. So, right? So I go, what should I give you? Why should I give you money? And she goes, because I'm your girlfriend.
Yeah.
Look at her and I'm like, you're right. I should give you money for being my girlfriend. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because in my eyes, she's the most beautiful girl in the world. You know what I mean? So I'm happy to do that. You know what I mean? But like,
Yeah, man.
we've argued about that a few times too. You know, like, well, I need a pedicure. I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to make the. But guess what? She gets her pedicure and he gets his bed. And, you know what I mean? Maybe I don't get something that month, but it's all right, man. Because I got everything I need. What I need, another pair of hands. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's funny how things all work out in the end. We were talking about that at the meeting we went to this morning, how, you know, as long as like you stay close to God, like basically like your needs will be met. So like you can be like confronted with situations where you're like, oh, you know, like I don't have enough time or I don't have enough money, but as long as you keep doing the right thing, like I think you'll find that you have an abundance in your life.
Right there. The next indicated right thing, as long as you do that, man, it just I quit worrying, bro. Like a long time ago, I quit worrying. Now, every now and then I'll get into a little fear and I'll be like, man, financial fear. And I'll be like, shut up, stupid. Like I'll have to check myself. You know what I mean? Like it's gonna work. Watch before the end before the end of the month, everything worked. You know what I mean? Like it just always does, as long as I do the next right indicated thing. Now, if I off squirrely, you know what I mean? I start getting into self, you know, well, he's probably not going to be in a bed. He's going to stay sleeping behind 7-Eleven, and she's not going to get a pedicure. And you know what I mean? Like, 'cause if I get back into self, those things happen, you know, like the gas prices out here freak me out. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh my God, how much did I just put in the car? You know, like, so I go into financial fear for a few seconds here and there, and then knock it off. You know what I mean? I have to tell myself, knock it off every time, because as long as I just keep doing the right thing and the next indicated right thing, like you said, everything always plays out. You know what I mean? Have everything I want? Absolutely not. I live in an apartment. I want to live in a house, you know? I'm going to tell you guys this. I'll sum it up real quick because you guys got almost 2 hours. So I don't know how many episodes you guys got out of it, but, you know, so at
I appreciate this, man.
At 90 days in Bakersfield, I had 90 days clean. I opened a sober living. Some dude from the program pointed me, go talk to my homeboy. He works in oil fields. I go talk to him. It's not his homeboy, it's his uncle. And he says, I fill out the job application. I'm going to tell this story. I love this story. It's one of my favorite stories in the world. I go in there. There's two dudes, two experienced oil field workers in front of me, right? They're with their impressive list and all these places they've worked and yada, yada, right? So I fill out my application. I don't know how to fill out a fucking job application, bro. I just got out of prison. You know what I mean? I wrote down 9 years IDL. You know what I mean? And then it says, is there anything you want to say about yourself? Or whatever it says. You know, the question it says.
Sure, yeah. Tell us more.
Anyway, I put I have common sense. You know what I mean? Yeah. So this guy named Pete, he calls me in there. Now, he doesn't hire these other two cats. Now, you get jobs in the oil fields. You quit this job at the time, not now. But at the time you quit here, you go across the street, you get hired there. You quit there, you go across the street, you get hired. And that's how it was, you know what I mean? So I worked for fucking 95 cents an hour once for a while, and I was happy as a punk in a pecker tree with that, bro. You know what I mean? But I mean, at 19 cents an hour, things aren't coming together so well. You're drinking a bag of coffee a month and, you know, a couple soups and a can of tuna. But at 95 cents a month and 95 cents an hour, I was eating well, you know what I mean? Like, so I was happy with it, right? So I go there, I fill out this application, I wrote down IDL 9 years. I have common sense. And so he's reading the application, and I guess homeboy had told him I was going to be coming down. And he goes, you're Badger, right? And I'm like, yeah, what's good? And he's like, I don't know how to talk to him. I'm like, what's good? You know, like, yes, sir. You know, like I would probably. I'm like, yeah, what's good, homie? You know, he's all, come on, man. You know, so we go to his office, and he's all, so it says here, you did 9 years at IDL. He goes, that's an extensive work record at a place. Why would you quit? And I go, well, I went to the shoe. He goes, what? He goes, what the fuck is IDL? I go, inmate day labor. He goes, hang on. He goes, it says right here you have common sense. I go, I learned it along the way. You know what I mean? Like, just those, every answer was the right answer for him, bro. Because, like, here's a red-nosed alcoholic just chuckling inside, you know what I mean? And it takes a lot for this dude to laugh, but he's just like, every answer I got, he's just fucking cracking up, right? Inside, I could sell it. I got him, you know what I mean? And I'm like, yeah, I got it. You know what I mean? He'll at least give me a call back. And he goes, be here tomorrow morning. I don't want a fucking job tomorrow, bro. I want a job in like a week or two. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right? So I'm like, all right, cool. So I show up the next morning, and, you know, I'm busting ass, and break time, everybody's smoking their cigarettes together and chucking it up. You know what I mean? Well, I don't got nothing in common with these people. You know what I mean? Just because you got tattoos don't mean nothing to me. I probably don't like you anyway. You know what I mean? Like, so I would just walk around and pick up like cigarette butts and trash and shit during break time. Fuck it. I mean, I didn't really like anybody, bro. So, you know, that was my stilo. I would just organize shit, whatever, you know what I mean? And, now the bathroom at this place probably hadn't been cleaned since the 70s, bro. Like the toilet stain was so stained yellow and, you know, greasy glove marks all over the place, right? And I was like, this fucking so disgusting. I had to take a crap one day and I went in there and I'm like, I can't shit here, man. There's no way. You know what I mean? So the next morning I came in at like 5 o'clock in the morning. We don't go to work till like 7, right? I just acted like it was a cell, bro. I got in there, stripped everything down. I grinded the porcelain down to where the porcelain was all like brand new again with a buffer.
Yeah,
grinder.
shining clean.
Fucking, I painted the bathroom. So it was a brand new bathroom by 7 o'clock, bro. And at like 8:15, like 20 minutes before break, now mind you, our boss is a mean ass old alcoholic, right? He comes out. He's all, oh, you fucking hands, get your ass over here now. I didn't even know how much money I was making an hour because I was too scared to ask, right? When I did ask, when they told me to do something, I ran to it. You know what I mean?
Right.
He said, now I'm over there. Come running over. Everybody ran, though, when, you know, that kind of yelling's going on.
When he said.
And he's all, which one of you fucking hands did this to my goddamn bathroom?
Oh no.
Bro, my heart just sunk. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
shit, man. And it was, I swear to God, bro, it was like everybody's took a step back and I'm the only one still standing there, right?
Yeah.
I go, yeah, I guess that would be me, bud. He goes, get your fucking ass in my office now. I'm like, fuck, that job was good. You know what I mean? There goes $18 an hour. Fucking, I'm all bummed walking. You know what I mean? We get in there and he goes,
Yeah, head down.
Yeah, right? And I'm like a beaten dog, right? And I go in there and he goes, what the fuck made you do that to my bathroom? And bro, I had to go to the bathroom and I wouldn't want to shit in that bathroom because it looked like people have been shitting in that bathroom since the 70s and nobody's cleaned it since then. And he goes, well, that's true. You know, like, he goes, where do you want to work? So I've been asking around. You know what I mean? Like, where's the spot? What rig do you want to try and get on? You know? And they're all thumbs, bro. You know, offshore. Yeah. I go, mind you, this is a Monday, right? Because I came in Sunday all fresh, clean, fucking clean, hooked it up, right? Painted it, everything, bro.
Yeah.
And he goes, where do you want to work? And I go, offshore. You know what I mean? I don't know where offshore. Everyone's saying offshore is the spot to be. You know what I mean?
Right.
Woo, woo, woo. So I'm like, I want to work offshore. And he sits there and he goes, do you now? You know what I mean? Like, you could tell he's softening up a little bit, but he's all, check it out. You come in here tomorrow morning, you sign in for work, you sign out for break, you sign out for lunch, and you sign out at the end of the day, and then go home. And I'm like, okay. Because I got paid for an entire week and didn't have to work. And I got my duty that I asked for at Thumbs Island in Long Beach.
Really?
Paid the entire week for doing what I did. And fucking I got sent to the place that I wanted to get sent to. Well, I thought I wanted to get sent. Yeah, it was cool. It was a good lick. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
You got 4 hours travel time. 4 hours travel time back plus your hours. You know what I mean? You get stuck on that, and your hours started from the time you stopped till the time you left from the time you left the yard till the time you returned to the yard. Right. You know what I'm saying? So your hours are running those whole time, and it was time and a half, double time, and then it just stay on double time. Wham! So, man, I'm bringing home this crazy money, right? And I'm like, what do I do with it? I'm a convict, junkie, dope fiend, don't know how to spend a dime, you know what I mean? Like fucking, and I'm like, what do I do with all this money? And I hooked up with this dude named Dave. I'm like, dude, I got all this money. Let's open a house. He goes, I got some money too. And I mean, I go, how much time you got? He goes, I got 6 months. Like, we're never going to get loaded again, right? We're convinced of that.
Right.
I got 90 days, bro. Yeah, he was like, well, let's do it. And so we opened a house, and, you know, it was sort of like a running joke at our house because, you know, we were both bald, you know, running the way we ran, whatever. Like, everybody at the house ended up bald for some reason. You know, you got to shave your head to come in, right? Like, all right.
Yeah.
Just joking, bro. We just
Yeah.
come show. The next day they'd have their head shaved, and
Right.
it was really fun for a long time, man. Like, Saturday and Sundays would be tattooing in the back, barbecuing, and, you know, like, just every weekend it was something going on in Bakersfield at that pad. You know, we called it the meeting, the ring of fire. You know, I mean, I'd tell people, write your resentments down, throw it in the fire when you get here. You know, I mean, when you share or whatever, or when you leave, and that the ring of fire, and it was just off the chain, bro. Like, if recovery became more important than living like a dirtbag and just beating myself up out there. You know what I mean? I mean, like I said, though, I relapsed twice throughout that, and they were nothing nice, neither one of them, you know. And they were never the same as the first time, you know what I mean? Like, it was harder and harder to come back. So if you guys get this, anybody listening gets this, man, don't give that shit up. Hold on to it like it's everything, because it gets so hard to come back and
Absolutely.
set your pride and ego aside and know that you earned that chair regardless. You know what I mean? That's your chair. Own it, you know what I mean? Like, possess it and respect it, you know what I mean? And value it, you know, because if you don't, it'll go away and somebody else will be sitting in that chair and you won't be, you know? And it's never, you know, like the last time I got clean, hopefully this is the last time I have to get clean. Just, it was not an easy road, my boy. Let me tell you, it was not an easy road. It wasn't all happy roses and fucking rose petals and all that shit from that this time. You know what I mean? It was straight work. You know what I mean? Like, I got to do the steps again. I got to read the doctor's opinion again. But I had to come in as if I didn't know shit. Because if I came in going, I know more, I've taken more people through the steps than you. If I came in with any kind of thought frame like that, I wouldn't be here today talking to you. I assure you that. You know what I mean? I just wouldn't. You know, I had to just set everything aside this time and just be like, fuck, all right, man. Maybe I don't know everything I thought I knew, you know? And somebody who I sponsored was sponsoring me. I say that, it happens often enough, you know what I mean? Careful what you do with your sponsees, because he may end up sponsoring you. And that's exactly what happened, you know? And just, I don't know, man, like, because life's gone so quickly around these rooms. You know what I mean? Where I live, man, people just dying left and right, bro. Yeah. Poor Harriet found her best friend dead in the bathroom fucking just a couple of weeks ago. You know, she stayed the night over there at his house. And, you know, he's a little gay guy. I liked him, you know, it's cool. You go ahead. You know, I mean, she didn't even know he was using, you know? Yeah. He didn't say nothing, you know, and he just relapsed, I guess. And she got stuck in the house with him because they had a Ring doorbell and you had to do it on your phone, and she couldn't get the fucking thing unlocked because he's stuck in the bathroom dead and she can't open the bathroom door. And so she's traumatized behind that, you know what I mean? Like, that was her first body, I think. I mean, I've been through so many bodies working in recovery. It's just hideous, bro. I mean, just, it's so crazy, you know? I mean, I found my manager, my assistant manager, in a puddle of throw up already in Riga. You know what I mean? It's just like, I'm like, oh, hell no. And then there's one girl, I saved her. Narcan in her ass. They got there. There was like no brain activity, no breath, you know, no heartbeat, nothing. And the older dude, he just jammed it in her nose as hard as he could, like he was knocking her out. You know what I mean? And he did a nose spray one, and she came to. He goes, I seen her go, I seen this. She was blue going into gray. You know what I mean? Whatever. I seen this. I go, yeah. You mean, Klaus from like, yeah. Because I knew she was coming back, bro. At that point, I knew she was coming back. But she ended up dying a week later. You know, it's just like, and she told me, she's like, Badger, I'm just not right since I OD'd. You know what I mean? Like, nobody takes into consideration that fact. They expect this is how you can describe a God and having faith in a God, because you have faith that whatever Chuko brings you is going to change how you feel. You know what I mean? You have faith that that's going to happen, right? You know what I mean? So can't you just turn that faith around and try to the good? Because you never know. It's going to change you how you feel, right? It may be have cut with fentanyl and there's 100 mics in one little dime. You know what I mean? That's lights out every time. It doesn't matter.
You never know.
I mean, I've seen more people die on a dime than I have on a half gram. You know, they go into, they got 9 months clean and they were shooting a half gram when they left, and they're like, well, so I better do a 20 or at least a full dime, you know what I mean? So, and they shoot a dime and that's it. And they never wake up, man. I've been through so many bodies, bro, and I'm just so callous to it. I try and show the empathy and the sympathy for the people, you know, I'm like, and I say this because, you know, every morning I get up and I have to pray for my son, man. My son's a heroin addict, full-blown heroin addict, and he rides a motorcycle. So he's like, he's got 2 bullets in the chamber, you know what I mean? And, you know, every day I'm waiting for that phone call, man. And I just pray each and every morning, you know, like, please don't let it be today, man. Please don't let it be today. Let him find you before, you know what I mean? He has to find you, you know what I mean? And, you know, man, I love my sons to death, but there's nothing I can do for them. I don't want them around me, you know what I mean? I love them to death. It kills me to go see them. But this morning, I got to go see my other sons. The one who can't hit him and his old lady really can't stand me because of things you guys seen. You know what I mean? Like, she just looks as if that's what I am constantly. You know what I mean? I'm just a cold-hearted murderer. You know what I mean? It's how she sees me, and that's how she looks at me. And this morning, I got to go watch my grandson play baseball, and
that's what you told me, man.
I got to hold my granddaughter's hand for the very first time ever. Like, she held my hand today. She was, Teepa, Teepa. Whatever, that's cool. I like that, Teepa. And when she grabbed my hand, bro, I swear to God, I just almost started screaming. I'm like, oh, God, I'm a half a fag right now. I got to get out of here.
Yeah, it's emotional, man.
I had to get out
Real
of
deal stuff.
Threw up, and I was like, let's go watch these guys. You know what I mean? Like, because I knew I was just starting to stream out of my eyes, right? And I don't like that shit to happen. Still to this day, it's still uncomfortable. You know what I mean? But at least I know that I got it in me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At the time, I just thought I had nothing. I had no emotions for nothing. You know what I mean? Except hate and anger. And, you know, like, I grew so much just this morning with that little, her grab my finger, my pinky finger. I just grew so much right there. I was like, oh my God, I'm alive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Those are those aha moments that you just want to cherish. You know, I forgot it. Never got any of that shit. I never understood it. And then what happens? I get invited to breakfast with them. Are you fucking serious? I set up breakfast plans with somebody else because I knew I was going to get, you know, usually they just skirt out of there as quick as they can.
Yeah, you were going to be gone.
Yeah, all right. So, like, what am I going to do from here? My old lady doesn't want me home because she wants some alone time. And, you know, like, I was like, all right. So I made other plans. And then the Emmy comes up, the mom, and she's all, we're going over to Black Bear. You want to come eat with us? You know, like that. Look, I already had made other plans, right? You know,
Yeah.
Well, of course I do. You know what I mean? Like, what can I do?
You have to take it up.
Huh?
You have to take him up on it.
Yeah, I'm not going to turn that down. I mean, whoever I made plans with is asked out. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
We'll figure that out later. You know what I mean? I'm going to eat with my grandkids. You know what I mean? And then I tried to pay for the bill, and she's like, nah, we got you. And I'm like, no. You know what I mean? Here, I paid for the majority of the bill. They didn't want me to pay anything. You know what I mean? And that just like, I was like emotional wreck all day. My nose has been running behind it, like halfway crying half the day. You know what I mean? And that's hard for a man like me to say. You know what I mean? But guess what? I'm alive, and I get to feel some feelings today. You know what I mean?
That's powerful stuff right there, man. I mean, 180 degrees difference. You never would have expected that to happen.
I mean, you know, you be stepping over bodies in the county and you just don't care, bro. You know what I mean? Like, oh, well, better him than me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Man down, check his pockets. You know what I mean? Like, all the old jokes. It's just how you become callous, bro. And that girl just melted away layers off my heart today when she grabbed my pinky. One little grab my pinky. You know what I mean? I'm like, Come on.
Yeah.
Here. And Ignacio, the grandpa, he's a totally cool dude, bro. He's always made me feel welcome, always made me, you know what I mean, feel part of. He's never like the other family looked at me like, we don't really want you around, you know what I mean? Like, and that was always
Right.
presented that way. It was never said, but it was presented, you know what I mean?
Right. It was understood.
So, but I guess her grandma
That's the gifts of sobriety, man.
calling me Teapot in front of everybody, they're like, fuck, you won her over, you know what I mean? Like, maybe for breakfast, you know what I mean? And my kid, he's straight edge. He just got out of the feds. He should have never went to prison. His is always weapons. You know what I mean? Like he, you know, you strive to become your dad one way or the other. So I didn't know that. You know what I mean? I guess it's the truth though. Like you, if your dad's a junkie, you're probably going to become a junkie, or you're going to become the opposite of a junkie. You know what I mean? And one of them became a junkie, and the other one became a total opposite of the junkie. And that's a good dad. He takes him. He's the dad. He's the man I wish I was. You know what I mean? He takes him karate. He takes him to motorcycle racing. He takes him to baseball. He's 7. You know what I mean? He races motorcycles, karate, baseball. Hit 2 home runs last time I was there last weekend. I went, shit, stop me from coming this weekend. I dare somebody to stop me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was up at 6 o'clock this morning, ready to go. Like, yeah, baseball. And like, so life's in session, man. I want to enjoy a little taste of it before I go. You know, I mean, I'm on the back 9 now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
I think I'm clear to Hep C. I'm not sure, but I'll find out this month. But still, I mean, come on, I've been puffing for 40 years, shooting dope for 40 years. Like, I mean, the knees giving out, you know, and like all old age shit's coming on, you know what I mean? Like, in my 50s, trying to hump like I'm a 24-year-old. So, you know, just having it, bro. I got to realize my age here pretty soon and just coast with it, you know? And when it comes to work, I won't let nobody outwork me, bro. There's no way. I'm getting called back every single time. You know what I mean? Because I do like non-union. They got non-union dudes calling me for the thing, and I probably would be in the union, except for they don't work often enough. You know what I mean? Like when you're first coming in, you don't work often enough to feed yourself. You know what I mean? So I just go for the non-union shit, man. It pays. I brought home $900 in 3 days. You know what I mean? That's good enough for me, bro. So,
yeah.
And I get called
and
anytime these two dudes work, these 3 brothers work. If any of them have a job, I'm one of the first guys they call. And you just outwork these kids like nothing. You know what I mean? You're how old? You know?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm in my 50s, bro. You know what I mean? Come on. I'm out there.
Dude, you're getting the most out of it, man. You're getting the most out of your recovery, man. It's good stuff to see, bro.
So there's 2 hours, you guys.
Well, we appreciate it. We appreciate it, bro. That was awesome.
Badger, seriously, I appreciate it, man. I know that a lot of people want your time, and a lot of people want to, you know, talk to you about this, you know, all types of your other stories. But to give us this time for recovery is cool, man. It's gonna touch people. I guarantee you, it already has. Your last one did, and this one will too, man. It helped me right here.
And you can tell you're actually like live it. It's from your heart. You know, you're not just like spitting shit that you've heard off the top of your head. Like you've been through it and you practice it. And I appreciate that shit.
Yeah.
You can tell.
Can't stand the podium parrot, man. You know?
Right.
I like, man, show me how you're living. I don't want to hear it. Show me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I hate drug-a-logs. Drug-a-logs are for losers, man. I want to hear what you do to stay clean today. You know what I mean? That's how I stay clean. Yeah. To me, that's the important shit. I don't care who. Man, we all know how to shoot dope and chase hookers and whatever. You know, we all know how to do that, right? Yeah. So what do you do to stay clean? That's what I mean by bringing something to a meeting. Like when it's not going the way I want, I'll jump in there and share right away, man. Like, bam, this is what I do today. I mean, like, bam, bam, bam. And then it flips the meeting almost every time. You know what I mean? As you throw out there, talking about steps and recovery, it flips the meeting almost every time, bro. People will be like, because all I'll discuss is the book. The program is not mine. The program is in the book. Right. You know what I mean? This meeting isn't the program. The program is in the book. And that's what I stick to. You know what I mean? Don't read between the lines. Read the black lines only.
Right.
Right.
And fucking that I guarantee you guys, it flips a meeting every time, man. If you get in there and save the meeting. You know, this meeting
I think
sucks.
that's a perfect challenge. I think that's a perfect challenge for the week you know, if someone's going to a meeting and they're not liking where it's going, or they're fearful of going to a meeting, go to a meeting and if you don't like where it's going, just share yourself. Bring something to it.
Got to carry a message.
But
Carry a
don't be the
message.
scared guy all clammed up. Jump in there and save your ass. I mean, because that's what you're there for, to save your ass. And you just
Absolutely,
jumping
man.
in there may save somebody else's ass, because somebody else might go, this meeting sucks, man. I didn't get clean to do this shit. I'm going to get fucking loaded when I
Yeah, and they're going to go right out and use.
right? So, but they hear something magical, and I'm not saying I'm a spiritual giant all the time either, bro. But you know what I mean? Like I jump in there and let it be known that the only way I get to stay clean is by trying to fill this void. You know what I mean? That's the only way I get to stay clean. And how do I do that? I stay out of self. I mean, you think I like paying $600 a month for a bed for some dude that doesn't appreciate it most of the time? Hell no.
Of
course not, man.
Guess what? I get to stay clean because I'm doing that. And that's how I look at it. I get to stay clean
sick.
because I get to do that. And I get to get into the trenches. You know what I mean? When I get off work, I'll cruise by the post office. I'll see how they're living. I'll be like, any of you guys ready for a shower yet? You know what I mean? Ready to get that hot meal?
Yeah.
You know, I'll lure them in however, bro. And all you got to do is a little work and then maybe find a job, man. And once they get that haircut and they shave, you know what I mean? And they see themselves in the mirror and they go, man, maybe I am worth something. Maybe I should
Yeah.
go answer phones until I find something better. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
the ones that got that attitude, like, I'm not going to do that. Well, guess what? You're not going to sleep in my bed tonight either, motherfucker.
Yeah. You're not, and you're likely not going to make it.
Yeah. Well, I already know they're not going to make it.
Yeah.
Man, I'm telling them, get your shit, get out of my bed then. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if you ain't willing to do whatever it takes. I was willing to scrub toilets with a toothbrush if need be. You know what I mean? I didn't give a shit. I just knew I was fucking cold in Bakersfield and I didn't want to sleep in that van anymore. You know?
Yeah.
That's all I knew. And that was the start. You know what I mean? I always look back on that when I need to go to. I'll look back on that and go, man, everything I did was, everything that I hated along the way was supposed to happen just the way it happened. The Larry,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, the racist thing, the fucking hugging a black man thing, you know what I mean, like starting to talk to other races, all that shit happened just how it was supposed to. It would have never happened if I wanted it to, or if I tried to have it happen. It would have never happened. It all happened by someone being stern. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Pushing forward, you know, well, if you don't want to do that, what the fuck are you here for? You know what I mean? And one of my favorite lines in the meetings is, why would you join a 12-step program and not work the steps? That's
Yeah.
like joining a gang and not be willing to pick up a knife. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah. I
Don't
loved when you said
gang.
that, man.
Don't join a 12-step program. You know what I mean? Like, fucking, if you're going to join either one of them, do them full-heartedly. That's how I do everything in life, full-heartedly. When I go to the gym, I drive regularly. And speaking of which, I'm glad I'm looking at your pictures behind you going, God dang, I got to get back in there. But, you know, I the boot camp thing, I'm strong as an ox, you know what I mean? Like, but just not sizable anymore, you know what I mean? And I go for the size thing again, but I just, at my age, it's hard to get rid of that belly, bro. You know what I mean? Like, so the boot camp was the only thing to do it, you know? So I did it. I screwed my knee up a little bit. It set me back, but everything's still happening the way it has to. It set me back just enough to where, you know what, I can still work,
Yeah.
but I don't get to go do all the other shit I like to do. Whatever, you know what I mean? Like, I still get to do things. And stay busy, you guys. And I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to your audience. Stay busy, man.
No, of course.
Stay out of self.
Hey, with
Stay
all
busy.
of us.
The meeting's too far. I got to take a bus. Guess what? That's 45-minute bus ride. You're going to stay clean, most likely. You know what I mean? You're in tour
Yeah.
to do something.
Yep.
And if you're
45 minutes to reflect on something good on the way back.
right, so and if you say something's boring, guess what? If you're bored, you're fucking boring, man. Find something to do. Pick up a paintbrush and scrub the bathroom. You know what I mean? Clean, do something. Find something to do.
Yeah.
The guy that comes, you let take off the streets and you let crash on your couch and shit. How often do you see him do your fucking dishes? I'm that guy.
Right.
You let me sleep on your couch, I'm up in the morning fucking before you are. I'm polishing the kitchen. I'm trying to get you to fucking serve me a hot meal before I get out of here and fucking maybe get an invite back another day. You know what I mean? Like, even when I'm doing bad, I do that shit because, you know what I mean? Like, I just know I'm not going to stay that ungrateful guy and have anything, man. If I'm ever going to
Yep,
get out of
I
this
hear you.
hole, I better do something myself, because ain't nobody coming to rescue me. Ain't
Yeah.
nobody
Yeah.
coming to rescue me. You know what I mean? Like, I have to do all this work myself. I really wanted to find that song and read some of the words for you that just were such a switch for me. You know what I mean? Like, I knew I was living by the sword, man. And they say live by the sword, die by the sword. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I'll tell you this. I wouldn't want to go the way I've seen a few people go. You know what I mean? Shit. Let's just say I've seen some ugly shit. You know what I mean? And I wouldn't want to go that way. And if you live that way, you're gonna go that way. You know what I mean? Of course, to get out of it. You know, I mean, I love some of the comments I get. Man, I was running like I was a badass, and I'm so grateful that I read. You know, I've been watching your shit, because like, I got sheriffs on there, I got lieutenants on there, I got all kind of, you know what I mean? And sometimes I want to post that shit. And some of the homies say no, and some of the homies say, fuck them. They're in a battle right now, so I just leave it neutral. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'll read one every now and then, but I'm still not supposed to associate with the police as far as putting shit out of my. I mean, like I said, I'm not a dropout. I'm not an S&Y. I'm none of that shit. I mean, because I have a prison channel as well. You know, I mean, it's part prison.
Of course.
But I'm not none of that. You know, I mean, I put in enough work to get to keep my mouth shut and fucking raise a family now. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I'm taking advantage of that.
Absolutely, man.
I was told if
Thanks,
I ever
bro.
returned behind drugs, I would be anyway. So
Yeah.
I'm good. All right. You guys got any questions? We good?
We're good.
What are we looking for?
We're good, man. I
Dude,
appreciate
I
you.
appreciate it, Badger. Seriously, man. What
talk to you
an
again
episode.
soon.
Probably a few different ones we can chop up from this. So
Sure.
I really appreciate it, man.
Thanks, bro.
We're at 9 episodes. 9, 15-minute episodes.
Exactly.